Money, one of the greatest invention of all time. Money is something we all use every single day. We use it to buy a cup of coffee, we use it to pay our bills, and we use it to get paid for our work. Money is the only thing that we dream of getting more, and after getting it, we dream of spending more. But what if I tell you the money we are using is an illusion? Our governments are making us fool every single day. But to understand this illusion, we have to understand the history of money.
History of money.
As we all know, earlier there was the barter system for the trading of goods and services for other goods and services. For example, let's assume there are two persons A and B. A have the access of pen but he needs some word paper. On the other hand, B have the access of word paper but he needs pens. So in this case, if both of them exchange their goods with each other, they can fulfill their requirement. But in the same example, what if B need pencils instead of pen? Although A wants word paper, but he has no pencils to exchange with B's word paper. So in this case, A have to find the person C who have the access of word paper and he also needs pens. So as you can sense, there was the problem of double coincidence of want in the barter system. Both parties need to have something to offer in exchange of their goods. So to get rid of this problem, people came to the solution called money. Before deep diving what kind of money people started using, we have to identify what makes something a better money than another. So our money is better if it is more durable, more portable, more divisible, and it should have some level of scarcity. So in case of barter system, there was a double coincidence of wants and things were not divisible. So people in different regions started using different things as a money. For example, cowries, seashell and beads. Although these new kind of money was good enough that people moved from the barter system and started using this new kind of money. But the problem was that these cowries and seashell was abundant in the Asian region like India. The value of these cowries and seashell was nothing because it was abundantly available to the people. Means these were not a scarce thing.
Gold as money.
When it comes to the scarcity, gold has withstood the test of time. So around 550 BC, people started adopting gold as a currency. Gold was the medium of exchange in the ancient Egypt and it was adopted as a legal tender by China. Even today, gold is the best store of value asset, but its virtue as a use of money was hampered by two limitations. First, portability of gold. It was quite inconvenient carrying gold for the personal transaction. Second, there was no assurance to the purity of gold. As people realized the importance of gold, they started mixing it with other cheap metal like copper. So to solve the problem of portability, paper money came into the existence. Gold was already legal tender, but it was not portable. So to solve the problem of portability, government introduced paper money. Paper money was easily portable and it was durable. Originally, paper money was 100% underpinned by gold, means $100 of paper money is equal to the $100 worth of gold. And government called this convention as gold standard. In the starting, paper money has no intrinsic value. It was just a representation of equal amount of gold. But as paper money came to dominate, people placed their trust in government to uphold the promises made by their currency. But as we all know, promises are made to break. And from that point, the illusion of money started.
World War I.
Now you must be thinking why you have put in the slide of World War I here. So let me tell you, World War I and World War II had a significant role in the evolution of money. These two wars were the only reason behind the dominance of US dollar as a currency in today's world. World War I started on 28th July 1914 and ended on 11th November 1918. And during that period, countries like France, Russia, Britain, Germany and Austria were fighting with each other and their expenditure skyrocketed. Because during the war, they have to feed their soldiers, they also need weapons, they need goods. And that's why their expenditure increased drastically. And because of that reason, gold standard changed to gold exchange standard. But what's the difference between these two? So in gold standard, paper money was 100% underpinned by gold and normal people can exchange their paper money with gold. But in case of gold exchange standard, normal people can't exchange their paper money with gold and paper money was 40% backed by gold. Means if you give $100 of paper money, you will only receive $40 worth of gold. Means the value of paper money dropped by 60%. During the World War I, US played a very good game. In the starting, US didn't enter into the war. Instead, US started supplying essential goods to the countries who were fighting in the war and started taking payment in gold and collected hell amount of gold. But eventually in the end, America also entered into the war around Jan 1917, but overall the First World War I was quite profitable for America. Similar to the World War I, America used the same strategy during World War II, and by the end of World War II, America had 2/3 of the global gold supply. Throughout the two World War, America collected immense amount of gold, but countries like Europe left with no gold reserve. So Western power decided to redesign the monetary system, and they implemented another monetary system called Bretton Woods system.
Bretton Woods system.
In this monetary system, every country's paper money was backed by US dollar and US dollar was backed by gold, because at that time US was holding 2/3 of the global gold supply, and that's why every country accepted this new monetary system and US dollar became the supreme currency of the world. But the problem started when America started printing US dollar. In 1960, Charles de Gaulle, the president of France, realized that the way America is printing paper money, they couldn't have that amount of gold to back their paper money. So countries like France and Britain started asking their gold. And in the end, on 15 August 1971, Richard Nixon, the president of America, announced that US dollar be no longer be backed by gold. And they called this new paper money as a fiat currency. Fiat currency have no intrinsic value. It is not a store of value. Government can print as much money as they want, and that's causing inflation. The value of the fiat currency is decreasing day by day, and most people have no idea about that. From 1971 until today, fiat currency has been backed by faith and trust in government. To solve all the problems related to the fiat currency, the new currency came into the existence called cryptocurrencies. An anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto, created Bitcoin. Bitcoin have only limited supply. There can be only 21 million Bitcoin in the whole world, and that's why most people called Bitcoin as a digital gold. This was the complete history of money, how money evolved at the different stages, like evolving from the barter system to the cryptocurrencies. But now I think video is getting quite long, so I will make separate video on the topic like cryptocurrencies. And that's all from my side. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends. Apart from this, if you have any query, drop your query in the comment box. Either I will reply or will make a separate video on that. And with that note, bye.